We're recording. All right. Hi. Hi there. I don't know exactly what I'm going to say on this video today, but it's important for me to stay committed to this project, even though it's constantly evolving, and I'm not really sure what I'm here to say to you or what any of this means, but that's kind of the beautiful thing about it. So I'm having fun making them when I actually make them. I still always feel a resistance to it though, and I feel like maybe one of the reasons I procrastinate is because I get it all worked up about what's the message, and it has to sound good, and it has to be important, and it has to be relevant, and yeah, I think importance and relevance are subjective, and that sometimes I might have something that makes a lot of sense or feels really relevant and powerful, but maybe it's more important that I just keep showing up and telling you what's on my mind and what's up for me right now. And if you can relate to that, that's wonderful. And if not, then I'm just getting more practice making better videos until I find people that do relate. So I don't know. I guess I will tell you about KARMAGEDDON. KARMAGEDDON is this idea I had. It's an event. It's a happening. It's a social experiment. I was thinking a lot. A couple of videos ago, I talked about a spiritual awakening that I had. It was really intense, and I couldn't sleep for 3 nights. And one of the nights, I just was full of thoughts and clarification around ideas that I had been practicing and like wanting to believe intellectually, and were trusting that I was trusting that these ideas were true, but they hadn't quite sunk in to where I believed it in my core. And so a lot of the spiritual awakening that I just had was around that, was just a lot of stuff all of a sudden making a lot of sense to me viscerally. And so one of the things that was coming up for me was this idea of how there is no source of evil, there is only love and fear. And I had always been seeing these ideas of only love and fear. Well, first of all, I used to scoff at that idea. I used to think that was just way too simplistic. And then as I grew and studied and walked different spiritual paths, I found that that is true for me. And I believe for a lot of people, I would even dare say that it's like a truth that we can kind of count on. I don't believe that there is any source of evil. I think there's pinched off love. And if you keep something in the dark long enough, if you pinch off love, if you hide from the light, then some funky shit starts to happen. And then you do see like what we call evil deeds in the world, right? So I'm not saying that bad things don't happen. I'm not saying there's not shitty, terrible things that happen to people. But anyways, I don't know. I don't want to get into all that. What I'm saying, that we can experience suffering for sure. But I don't think that anyone is inherently evil. And so I was thinking a lot of this dynamic of good and evil, and if that's not even a real thing, but we kind of set it up that way. And I was thinking about Armageddon, this myth that we're told that in religion, like there's going to be this reckoning at the end of the world, and people are going to be punished and sent to hell, and some people are going to be judged as good and go to heaven, and it's this battle between good and evil. And I don't believe that in the sense of like, let's just wait for someone to come down from the sky and then we're all going to go to war. I think we're always able to choose. I mean, within myself, I'm always able to choose between good and what's good for me, what's good for the world, what's the highest good, and evil, which is like what's bad for me, what's killing me, what's hurting other people. You know, we can always make those choices day in and day out. And I think if you constantly make the choice for the darkness, the evil, like when I was shooting heroin and drinking and stuff like that, then it's just easier to continue to choose darker and darker things until you might be considered a dark or bad or evil person. But all that is pinched off love. And I know because I was going down that path, and now since I've opened up to love, so much has been healed within me and continues to heal. And I think that I'm a very good person, and I think you are too, and I think we all are. So I was thinking about Karmageddon, and I was like, at the heart of it all is love, truly. I really believe it. It sounds trite to people. That's okay with me. I know that it's true for me. So Karmageddon was this idea that I had to, well, first it was, I was decluttering my house, and I had all this rummage, and I didn't want to spend the energy to like sell it at a garage sale, like monitoring this thing for 50 cents or $1 for each item. You know, it just seemed too tedious. And I didn't want to just throw it away because there was some stuff that I thought other people could use. And then I came up with this idea to just put it all out there, include my art that I've been making. And I had just had an art show, so I had a bunch of framed stuff, and I've got a ton of prints all the time. Putting that out there and just letting people pay whatever they want for stuff. And it would hopefully engage people in conversation. And because I'm doing a lot of work around my limiting beliefs around money and finance and stuff like that, and exploring also what abundance and scarcity really mean, and how we just like, I don't know, someone giving 10 cents for something could be the most abundant thing in the world for them, and someone haggling for $20 could be a really pinched off scarcity mindset kind of thing, if that makes sense. So it's just interesting to see. And this is true, I found that people with less money tend to give more, and then I'm playing with that idea of how the more you give, the more you get. And so the first one was just kind of, I felt like it was kind of like a dress rehearsal. I had high hopes for this idea, and what I know about myself is I need to just jump at something. And there's a million ways that I could make this thing better. There's a million ways I could have made the first one better. I said it started at noon, and I wasn't ready at noon, and I really didn't finish doing everything I wanted to do the whole day. But it was fun because I was talking to people and, giving things that I loved a new home, and engaging people, and starting an email list, and it was all just very fun. So then I just made this commitment to do the next one a little bit better, and I'll do the next one better and better that way. Because I have put off so many good ideas and so many fun things and things that could help and benefit people, because I just was perfectionistic about it and nitpicked it to death and worried about it, and then I just exhausted myself or procrastinated it because of all those fears and worries, that it just died. So I'm trying to really keep my ideas alive and the creative juices flowing. That's one of my highest commitments right now, is to just be a channel for the things that want to be created through me. And it's hard. Like, you want to do things right, and you want to, I still have all these things from our culture and from my past where I feel like I have to constantly wrestle with judging myself and judging the work and all this. But since the spiritual awakening, things have been a lot easier and a lot more fun, and I'm a lot less hard on myself. I still see that those tendencies come up, but they don't grab me and choke my ideas to death. So that is what I've got for you today. I feel like it probably, I wonder if it made sense. I don't know. But I just want to be here every Monday as much as possible, staying committed to this and seeing what happens. Things are working out really well, and I just hope everything's wonderful for you too. Thanks for watching, and I will get better at this as I go. So thank you. Bye.